Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hardest piano songs.
Man, it still stood her spine as he catches the poor old lady's eyes.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most notable cases of modern piano parts that are difficult to play. We're excluding classical compositions, though, since those deserve their own list. Did we forget any piano songs that stumped you? Let us know in the comments below.
Hey Mojoholics! For a chance to win cash prizes, play our live daily trivia challenges every day at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern only at WatchMojo.com/play.
Number 10. In My Life The Beatles. Off the band's mid-career classic Rubber Soul, this song is one of several from the album that mark a considerable shift in their sound.
There are places I remember all my life.
John Lennon was even quoted as having said it was a substantial leap forward for him as a writer. Rounding out the track's personal journey, the bridge features a piano part by George Martin.
In my life, I love you more.
The producer was ultimately unable to master the section at the proper speed. This led him to use production tricks to reach the desired tempo, making it sound even more complicated and faster after the fact. If you ever want to replicate the musicianship, you'll likely need to rely on the same tactics employed by Martin.
In my life, I love you more.
Number 9. 1,000 Miles. Vanessa Carlton. Didn't think that you'd see Vanessa Carlton on this list? Consider that 1,000 Miles has one of the most iconic piano lines of its era. It's also deceptively difficult.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
Carlton makes it sound easy in a part that she wrote as a teenager, showing that she had much more musical talent than most anyone the same age. Her mastery of the instrument gives the track an additional angle to explore that most pop music of the 2000s didn't venture into.
'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just say it.
The riff itself punctuates a memorable love song, filling in the gaps with its modern sound and classical flourishes.
I can just say it.
Number 8. The Way It Is. Bruce Hornsby and the Range. In a famous song about injustice and prejudice, Bruce Hornsby crafts a socially conscious tale about American history and society.
Standing in line, marking time, waiting for the welfare dime.
He also reveals his true talents behind the piano. He starts things off with an elaborate trip across the keys. This leads us into the catchy tune that inspires the likes of Tupac Shakur. At one point, Hornsby throws in a rare piano solo from an 80s song that's both unique and full of expressive notes. It takes in elements of pop and rock, pulling off a tremendous achievement that's proven to be a timeless classic. If you weren't impressed the first time around, the artist comes back for one more impressive solo before it's all over.
That's just the way it is.
Number 7. Waltz for Debbie, Bill Evans. Having played with the likes of jazz greats such as Miles Davis, Bill Evans ranks highly among pianists. And among his solo efforts is this delicate standard. From changing tempos to intricate chord structures, Evans never lets on as to where his final destination may be. On top of that, he has a certain X factor that makes him stand out on the piano. Indeed, the performer has a definitive timing and passion in his playing that never quite translates to any potential cover artist. Even if you think you can play Waltz for Debbie, you'd likely struggle to match the original's soulful performance. Number 6. What Did I Say? Ray Charles. There will only ever be one Ray Charles. It didn't take long for the artist to revolutionize music, with What Did I Say being an early masterpiece.
Hey, mama, don't you treat me wrong. Come and love you, daddy, all night long, all night long.
Charles's genius comes in the form of a combination between his electric piano and one-of-a-kind voice. To properly play this song, you need to master both of those elements with complete efficiency.
Tell your mama, tell your pa, I'm gonna send you back to Arkansas. Oh, yes, ma'am.
The performer's legendary work on the keys never fails to raise the bar, giving us a soul hit that's full of magnificent surprises.
And I wanna know right now.
Throughout the track, Charles includes every one of his best tricks to craft something special. You'll need much more than energy to nail the sensational piece that was first born out of improvisation. Number 5. Blue Rondo a la Turk, Dave Brubeck Quartet. Dave Brubeck's mid-century work contains more than a few standards. In Blue Rondo a la Turk, he delivers perhaps his most difficult writing for piano. The track begins with an intense rhythm that will have anyone's hands sweating. Things ramp up from there, with other instruments coming in to match the bouncy piano. Ultimately, Brubeck's interpretation of a Turkish rhythm turns this into much more than your average jazz standard. With distinct time signatures, the particular number demands the utmost patience from its piano players. It's no wonder why half a century later, the piece is among the most recognizable in the artist's catalog. Number 4. Firth of Fifth, Genesis. Genesis doesn't waste any time on Firth of Fifth, a highlight of their progressive discography.
The path is clear, though no eyes can see.
The eclectic band seamlessly comes together, delivering a well-threaded work that features Tony Banks' incredible piano. Sometimes underrated, Banks reminds everyone of his diverse skill and imaginative ideas here. Of course, it wouldn't be progressive rock without a few twists, and his smooth work on the keys remains unbeatable. Needless to say, this isn't the kind of piano playing a rookie could easily replicate, with notes and intricacies that require much practice to master. After all, the record isn't emblematic of the piano player and some of his best work for nothing. Number 3. Great Balls of Fire, Jerry Lee Lewis. Often put in the pantheon of rock and roll stars, Jerry Lee Lewis had a tremendous impact on the trajectory of 1950s music.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain.
His signature track, Great Balls of Fire, brings together all of the best elements of his performance style, including an exceptional piano part. Lewis and fellow rockers like Little Richard completely changed the game with their driving riffs.
Chew my nails and I twiddle my thumb. I'm real nervous, but it sure is fun.
For this particular song, the musician slams the keys down with the lightning reflexes of a wild animal that most people don't possess. The performer supercharges every passing note with his trademark style that's both iconic and powerful.
Come on, baby. It drives me crazy. And It's just great balls of fire.
Inspiring legions of musicians, this hit comes alive thanks to the electrifying but immensely complicated piano elements. Number 2. Giant Steps, John Coltrane. Considered one of the greatest jazz players, John Coltrane is synonymous with music excellence. His epic Giant Steps is one of his best and most intimidating recordings. Every single musician, including the pianist, has to be on the top of their game to even consider playing this piece. The chord changes and innovative techniques are enough to push anyone to their absolute limit. The initial version of the song includes Tommy Flanagan on piano, working hard to keep up with his fellow players. With its densely layered sections, the complexity of this relentlessly energetic composition can't be overstated. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Prelude, Angry Young Man, Billy Joel. Billy Joel's fourth studio album, Turnstiles, features more than a couple of his finest songs, including this rapid-fire piano track.
There's a place in the world for the angry young man with his working class ties and his radical plans.
His ability to hammer the keys like an efficient machine, creating gorgeous music in the process, mustn't be underestimated. Sure, he may make it sound easy, yet if you've ever tried playing it, you know it's anything but.
I believe I've passed the age, consciousness and righteous rage.
Joel's quick hands show off their technical prowess in an arrangement that can only be described as complicated. Indeed, the track's incredibly fast-paced beginning seems fit for only the most seasoned pros. Surprisingly long, the keys portion featured in Prelude certainly isn't for the faint of heart. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.